They called him the immigrant boy, the one who spoke with an accent, the one who wore a taqiyya and prayed quietly during lunch breaks. In a fancy European school filled with wealthy students, he was the outsider. Every day when he entered the classroom, chairs shifted away. Whispers followed him like shadows. No one sat beside him, not because of who he was, but because of what they thought he was. Yet he smiled, because his mother once told him, "Son, they can take your chair, but not your worth." Life outside school. After school, he would walk home through cold streets, his shoes worn, his backpack heavier than his body. But he didn't complain. He would look at the tall office towers and dream, "Someday I'll have a place in there." Not out of pride, but to prove that faith and discipline can take you anywhere. He wasn't angry at them. He was focused. Every insult became fuel, every rejection a reason to rise. The struggles of his family. At home, the apartment was small but filled with warmth. His father worked 2 jobs, his mother sold handmade scarves to support the family. They prayed together, grateful for little things, a meal, a home, and peace. When bills piled up, his parents never complained. They would simply say, "Allah will make a way." And that faith sank deep into his heart. His secret hobby. While other boys were out partying, he was learning, watching videos, reading books. Not about games, but about business, investing, finance. He spent nights studying global markets, learning how money moves and how patience wins. He opened a small online account, just a few euros saved from odd jobs. Every investment was a risk, every success a small victory. And while the world mocked him, he built his foundation in silence. Early success. Years passed. The quiet boy became a man with a vision. One day, his small investments turned into big wins. He didn't brag. He donated part of his profits to orphans back home. He helped his parents move to a better home, but no one around him knew. In the same city where he was mocked, he was becoming one of its youngest investors. Faith guided his strategy. Patience became his secret weapon. The corporate meeting invitation. Then one day, an email arrived. A prestigious company invited him to a high-level meeting. They wanted to meet the mysterious investor who was quietly buying shares and saving their failing business. When he entered the glass building, everyone stared. The same faces that once mocked the immigrant boy now wore designer suits. They didn't recognize him, but he recognized them. Shock and recognition. When his name appeared on the presentation slide, major investor Ahmed Al-Hassan, the room went silent. The CEO's face turned pale. The very people who refused to sit beside him were now standing before him asking for advice. He smiled gently and said, "Don't worry. I'm here to build, not to destroy." That day, respect filled the room, not for his money, but for his character. The speech. They asked him to speak. He said, "When I was young, some of you saw me as an outsider. You laughed at my faith, my clothes, my silence. But Islam taught me to forgive, to be patient, to respond to hate with excellence." He paused, then added, "Never underestimate the one who believes in Allah, for his vision sees beyond the walls of this world." The room erupted in applause. The transformation. The same people who once ignored him now reached out their hands. Some apologized. Some asked to learn more about his faith. and he smiled, not with pride, but with gratitude. Because he knew the true victory was not wealth or power, but forgiveness. The closing scene. That evening, he went to the mosque. He prayed in peace, whispering, "Alhamdulillah, you gave me more than I ever asked for." As he stepped outside, the same city lights that once looked so far away now reflected in his eyes. He was still the same boy, the one who believed when no one else did. And somewhere in that quiet night, his story became more than success. It became a lesson in faith, patience, and destiny.